All right, we're in the top of the ninth now, and Ruben Gomez is going for a complete game. He lost the shutout in the eighth, but he's going for a complete game. I thought it was a good time to talk about pitcher tiredness and how it works in DLB, Dynasty League Baseball, powered by Pursue the Pennant. And you see here a pitcher has an endurance number. In this case, it's a 30 for Gomez. That means he can face 30 batters in a game, in a normal game. Now, he doesn't automatically become tired once that number reaches zero. In order for him to actually be considered tired, he has to then allow two more base runners by either hit, walk, hit by pitch, or error. So in the last inning, Gomez faced his 30th batter in Duke Snyder, who hit a sac fly, and then so that put him at zero. But he faced only one more batter last inning. That was Carl Furillo, and Furillo flied out. So far, Gomez, even though his endurance is now at zero, he has not allowed any base runners since then. So until he allows two base runners, he is not considered tired. You say, well, what's the difference? The difference is if you see these yellow results on these cards, when a pitcher is tired, instead of using the normal result, which is in this bluish teal color, which you use about 90% of the time, maybe even 95% of the time, you would then use, if he's tired, the yellow result, and it could change an out into a hit. It can change in this case a umpire result into a walk. A hard ground out, which is usually a double play with a runner on first, becomes a long fly out. So it's better for the hitter, worse for the pitcher once the pitcher becomes tired. But in order for Gomez to be considered tired, he has to not only reach zero in endurance, meaning he's faced the number of batters he can in a game, but then he also has to allow two more base runners. So far, he hasn't even allowed one. So let's see what happens. Let's see if he can complete this game before he gets into trouble. Gil Hodges is leading off. 5-1 Giants. First roll is a 7-22. So it's a 7-22. Gil Hodges is right-handed. This is going to come off the pitcher's card. 7-22. And let's see if we can find 7-22 is right there. 7-22 is a base hit. So there's a ground single to left field. We used the closer to this side is left field. So Hodges is on. So now this is the first runner of two that Gomez is allowed to allow on before he's considered tired. So if one more guy gets on, he'll be considered tired. So let's keep him in there. Let's see if he can get any big outs. Gino Simoli is up. Runner on first. Nobody out. He'll have a 4-run lead. Simoli is a righty spray hitter against the righty Gomez. And we get a 191. 191. This is going to come off the batter's card against a righty pitcher. And 191 is here. And it's a long fly ball to center field. So there's his first out of the inning. Fly out to center. Hodges will stay at first. One out. Gomez still not considered tired. He has to allow one more base runner. Roy Campanella's up. Campanella's a righty pull hitter against Gomez. And he rolls a 688. We got a 688. That's going to be off the pitcher's card. Campanella's righty. 688, and now it looks like we're going to get the second base runner. 688 is a hit batter, and that is going to count, and now he's allowed two base runners. So we have first and second. Hodges goes to second. First and second, one out. Gomez is now considered tired. So now if we get a result that is multiple results, like pop out, line outs, pop out, single, single, foul, double, double, we would use the yellow instead of the blue. In the case here, this would also be clutch. This is the clutch option. But the hitter has to have clutch as a situation. And the only player on Brooklyn that has clutch is Hodges, so we're not going to have to worry about clutch, because no one else in the Brooklyn lineup is going to get clutch. And so we can roll here. It's first and second, one out. No, Gomez has no situations, so we don't have to worry about any situations here. First and second, one out. Zimmer's going to bat. Remember now, Gomez is considered tired. And we get a 145. 145. And a 145 against a righty is right here, and you see here there's just one result, so we don't get a result with a yellow result, so it's just going to be 1-4. So even though he's tired, if there's a risk reward, you can roll the dice, keep him in there, and you might not get a tired result. And here he gets a long fly out, down by 4. Runners are going to hold, so it's a long fly out to center. That's the second out of the inning. So we got first and second, 2 out. He's tired, but he's trying to complete this game for Brooklyn. They got a 4-run lead. Now the pitcher is actually due up, so we are going to have to find a pinch hitter. They've kind of gone through all their good lefty pinch hitters, but we're going to have to pick one. Hold 1 second. You have 2 lefties left against a righty. What is their best option? They're actually going to have to go with a righty because their lefty hitters that are left are not very good. Vallo and Almaros have been used. Looks like it's going to be Charlie Neal. I think we're going to use Charlie Neal. He has a decent batting average against righties. So Charlie Neal is going to pinch hit. He's the 3rd pinch hitter in this pitcher slot for Brooklyn. And with first and second, 2 out, Charlie Neal, he's a righty, but he's about the best option they have left on the bench. He's going to face Gomez, try and keep this game going. Gomez is tired, but he's trying to gut it out, and we get a 6.91. Right-hander Neal, 6.91 is right here, and it's a base hit. 6.91 is a base hit to center. So it's going to be a single to center. Now you see the base running on a 6.91. It's a single to center field. Runner on second automatically scores. 2-H, no question mark. Runner on first could option to go to third, but I don't think that's good. What do we have? We have first and second. So Hodges is going to score. And they're still down by 3, so Campanella's going to stop at second. No reason to risk getting thrown out at third. And now it is 5-2. Brooklyn making a little comeback. Gilliam is up. We're just going to have some fun. We're going to let Gomez. Normally I would relieve Gomez in this situation, but since we're demonstrating tiredness, let's see if he can gut it out and get this last out. It's first and second, 2 out. Top of the order, Gilliam. He's batting lefty. He's a switcher, batting lefty against Gomez. Gomez is tired. He's hanging on. He's trying to get this out. Let's see what happens. And we got a 3.94. 3.94 against the righty pitcher. 3.94. And that is a ground out to first. And he does gut it out and get the last out. And that's going to make it final 5-2. Giants win it. So Gomez got to the point where he was tired. But we left him in there. You can still, risk reward. You can leave him out there. You may not get a yellow result. But there was added danger if he did get one of these numbers where it could have been a hit instead of an out. And that's kind of how tired works in Dynasty League Baseball, powered by Pursue the Pennant. All right, thanks for watching.